Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, once again, the Take a Listing Today podcast. Welcome, I'm Jim Studebaker, and there's Todd Robertson.
And we have a special guest from Dallas, Texas, the campaign cowboy in the house.
Welcome back.
Thank you, and who's that lovely lady over there?
Our amazing producer in the corner suite, Miss Lisa Gray.
Ah, there she is. Nice. Well, you picked a wonderful day to be with us. We're going to talk all about Spam. It's the tasty spiced ham treat. It stays good in a can for several decades, and you just pull it out, and you can eat it anytime you want. What's going on over there, Lisa?
I was trying to disassociate myself.
I think in Wisconsin she grew up on some of that.
I'm disassociating myself. I thought, don't you, if you put your hands in front of your face, don't you no longer exist? Isn't that how that works?
There is no spam filters in the mailbox.
This spam is great.
How's that?
That's it. I'm not eating
that
for
pretty
the
good?
next couple days.
Mike, a little spam for you there?
Is this our show
good.
sponsor?
You know what?
I
Oh
thought.
my God. All right.
Todd, you like that?
I haven't
Lisa,
had any
come
of
on.
this for a while.
No,
What?
it's back.
Oh, God.
Bad.
Back.
That's all right.
Back.
So I'm not sure why we're having a show about spam, but when Lisa said it was all about spam, we went out and got some.
Spam
so
filters.
it's
Spam filters. Spam
spam filters.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. We thought.
You know what? We really need to start reading the notes before we show up
Put
here.
the recipes away. I see the big stack of recipes you have there. No
All right.
spam.
And
No
you guys get the
spam
point. There
recipes.
is no spam filters in the mailbox.
That's
no spam
the title.
filters in the mailbox. So you should take advantage of that with scheduled campaigns. Nice. Well, while I get some water to wash down the spam, were we calling some people, Lisa? Because we love to call people and...
Yes.
I try straight alcohol, by the way, to try and get rid of that. Like maybe a
Gasoline, maybe?
Alcohol is even going to resist that. Alcohol. When
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
If you want some whiskey, okay.
gargle for about
Grab
10
that, maybe
minutes.
a nice-
While she's dialing, did you know that spam is actually considered like a delicacy in Hawaii and in some
Absolutely.
other Asian countries?
I
For
stayed out
obvious
there.
reasons.
That's because
They had-
everything is imported there. They have nothing to eat. So
Can you read the ingredients? No, I'd rather not hear it, probably.
I've never actually read the ingredients on a can of spam. I don't know if I want to start now. But, I mean, it looks delicious, doesn't it?
Just tell us the first three while we're waiting.
Right.
So I'm going to try and call Rob Rosa.
Do we... I don't even think it lists... It's gluten-free.
Oh, they're smart. They don't even put the
Gluten-free.
ingredients in
Huh?
there. Because it's
Oh, here's
Hi,
Rob.
Rosa.
Rob
Hey.
Rosa.
Hello?
Hi, Rob. This is Lisa from
Hello.
ProspectsPLUS. We are calling you live on the air with Take a Listing Today podcast about a recent scheduled campaign that you booked. We wanted to take just a couple seconds to talk to you about that and also give you a chance to win a gift card for...
How does that sound, Rob?
Well, how much is the gift card?
Oh, he wants options here.
Oh, that's good. We've never had people ask that. You know what?
If it
That's
was-
impressive.
If it was $10, would it be worth it?
Well, what's the chances of me winning it?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, I only read the questions here.
You have a 33% chance. There are 3 answers. And if you do great, we will also throw in a book, Become a Listing Legend. Would that be helpful?
But it's more than $10.
It is more than $10. Are we doing the super big
Yes.
$100
Yes.
today?
Yes.
All right, Rob. So it's a $100 gift card for ProspectsPLUS.com. You can buy almost anything on their website with that gift card.
Share with us, before we go into the questions, though, what made you go into that? I admire that you're doing a fence sitter campaign, and it's already scheduled, right? So you don't even have to go in there and mess with anything unless you want, correct?
That's right. I love it.
What made you choose that one? What got you excited to go on that one?
Well, I really focus on listings, and so I thought that campaign really kind of hit a lot of points, and I really didn't have to spend a lot of time setting it up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast it is to set that up, isn't it? I mean, 18 months of postcards going out, and it's like 5-10 minutes, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics were good, and I didn't have to sit there and, like you said, write out 18 different cards and try to figure out 18 different messages. So, I mean, I really do like Prospects Plus.
Well, thank you, Rob.
That is great to hear. Well, Rob, we've come to our Mike, can you take this plate of Spam here? Here you go. I need room for the question. Rob, we're eating some Spam because today's show is about Spam not affecting your mailbox. So that's a great show. You probably want to watch that. Well, and you're on it, I guess.
And
I want to do it for that, too.
here you go. We've decided to up yours from $25 to $100. Jim Studebaker is going to read the question. The question is the following.
Here we go, Rob. The question and 3 answers. Give me the correct answer. The question is, on Sundays in Florida, it is illegal for a single woman to do what? Is it A, drive, B, skydive, or C, ride a bike?
I'm going to go with C, ride a bike.
Ride a bike. All right. Is ride a bike the correct answer?
Rob! Oh, you would have loved the gift card and the book. Oh, man.
That was not it.
Man.
But you know what? He's been such a good sport. I say we give him another at-bat.
Another
Rob,
chance?
Yes.
are you game for that?
Okay, let's go for it.
All right. You might as well. The correct answer was skydive.
Okay, that's
That's
just
interesting.
bizarre.
Wow.
Who would have guessed that, Rob? I don't blame you. Okay, throw that one out.
I
I
was thinking
know.
bike. I was going to guess bike. That's
Yeah.
That's probably some,
How do they track that?
right, it's probably some law written 150 years ago that no one pays attention to.
Only in Florida would they have that, right? All right. Let's try another one here, Rob. Here's your next question. Let's try to get this one. What group sang about being an Eggman and a walrus? Was it A, the Beatles, B, the Beach Boys, or C, the Rolling Stones?
I have to go with the Beatles.
The Beatles. Final answer?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that correct? Yes, it is. There we go. The Beatles. And Todd, what did Rob win today?
Rob won a $100 gift card and a signed copy of the book, Become a Listing Legend.
That's pretty handsome.
Nice.
woohoo!
Great job. Thanks for taking the call and keep up the great work out there, Rob. All
Could
right?
we, you know what? Could we send Rob a can of Spam as well?
I don't know if he'd want that. I have a feeling he's in shape and he.
Yeah.
No Spam?
Rob, I'm going to send an email to you in the next 24 hours with the gift card code, and you'll be good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rob.
You-
All right. You know, let's send him the can anyway. Can we do that? I just think that'd be fun. All right. So today's show actually, unfortunately, is not about Spam, the tasty ham spiced treat. It is actually telling you why mail is so great, because there are no spam filters in your mailbox.
Hey, is there an expiration date on that Spam can?
Yes, January 2000.
And 45.
Right.
Do they just have the first two? It's 20, and then they'd leave it blank, right?
Those are like Twinkies. They'll be around in 200 years.
Whenever you want to expire it, you can.
It actually is 2024, so that's 3 years from now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But, and we don't know when that was put on the shelves of the store.
That's
No,
actually
it could
true.
have
Probably
there
a
for
decade
years,
ago.
So write down the following if you're taking notes. You already heard there is no spam in the mailbox. And watch this. 98% of people, consumers, will go to their mailbox every single day. So let's go fishing where they go. Let's get them in the mailbox.
Right. It's no spam filters, actually, is what it is. Not
Oh,
spam.
no actual spam. I'm
Spam
thinking.
filters, spam filters.
Unless you
yeah.
mail spam to somebody, and then there would be spam.
Yeah.
I've got some info to share on that also. Of the 98% that go to their mailbox every single day, 77% of consumers immediately sort through their mail. So you have an automatic
Right.
visual with 77% of those.
Yeah, someone will set it on their desk or their counter or where their bills go.
And there is spam in a mailbox, but there isn't a filter for it. So, in other words, when we're talking about that, email, if you're using email as your form of marketing, if you are able to bypass the spam filters where you're sending it, so that's one hurdle, right? Bypassing that spam filter, what is the response rate for email? What does the DMA say about that? 1%.
1% for email. Wow.
So you're bypassing a spam filter. If you get past that, you're still only getting a response rate of 1%.
I have a real life experience recently.
Okay.
A member of ours replied to an email of mine from 1 month ago and said, "Oh my God, I just was clearing out my spam folder and found this. Sorry, I didn't reply to you in time." But can you imagine if that was someone that wanted to list their home for sale?
Oh, absolutely.
So-
I hope it wasn't emergent. Was that an emergency?
No, it was a follow-up, but it was just things get lost in the shuffle.
Yes,
Right.
they do. Yes, they
Yep.
do.
You know, spam comes in handy in an emergency because it stays good for many years, and you can pop it open. You can eat it cold if you don't have electricity. Hurricane comes
You
through.
can make many different
still- okay.
dishes with it.
Absolutely.
You're still on the spam infomercial. We have to.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Oh. All right. Let's move on. You know
okay.
what? Here's some response rates.
Point number next.
Yes. So, what about online display ads? Anybody ever tinkered with those? They have a response rate of 0.3%, and they can be clicked off the screen in a nanosecond.
Think about that. We all watch YouTube. You got to say click ad, click, skip ads.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't even look at the ad. When I'm
Right.
on the internet, if I'm looking at something on the page and ads are popping and doing stuff, I'm totally ignore.
It gets in the
Totally
way.
ignore.
Yeah.
Social media, not much better than emails. 1% response rate.
ton of noise there. Ton of noise.
Now, when you send a postcard in the mail, what do you think the response rate is of that? So we're going from 0.3% for online ads,
Right.
1% for emails, 1% for social media. If you actually get a postcard in the mailbox, it goes up to
9%.
9%. Congratulations, you are correct. You get a can of spam.
Jerry
you.
Rossi's book, if you have trouble sleeping, and a can of spam.
And you know what I
A
like
can
about
of spam might give you trouble sleeping with the indigestion there, but
you know what I like about the mailbox? Okay, so the email gets hit by a spam filter, so you never get to see it, right? The online display ad we are just talking about, we just ignore them. We don't even read them, we just ignore.
Right.
Okay? Social media, people just, it's white noise. Who's even looking at that? And if you see an ad, you're just like, get me past it. I don't care, right? The mailbox, what do you do? So there's no spam filter, right? So you pick up your mail. What do you do before you throw something away? It doesn't matter what it is.
Glance.
You look at it,
Right.
right? You're not going to just throw stuff in the trash. You look at it first. So at least you've got somebody eyeballing the marketing that you're doing.
And by the way, there's less things to look at in the mailbox. I don't know if you've noticed. I was in a meeting this morning with a group of professionals in Fort Myers, and they all agreed that nowadays, when they go to check their mail, there's fewer things to sift through than there were, let's say, 3-4 years ago.
Interesting.
Great
Yeah.
point.
So you actually can take up a larger piece of real estate inside their mailbox because a lot of companies out there have scaled back and spent less, where the savvy real estate agent is going to spend more and get in their mailbox.
Less competition.
Nice.
Less competition.
Nice. So, we can all agree that direct mail is much better than emails or any of this other malarkey that we talked about. So, how do you be a success at having a direct mail campaign? All you have to do is remember the 5 best practices for direct mail marketing. Let's start with number 1. Choose the right mailing list. You need to decide who goes on the list and decide what is your purpose with each direct mail campaign, so you're sending the right message to the right person.
Exactly. And I want to refer back to last week's podcast that we did. We had a great guest on our show. Rob, was that his name?
Yes.
And he, right, we talked to him. He set up an 18-month campaign. The time it would take a person to do one postcard, and we just talked to him. He won, I think, $100 gift card on our show last week. But I wrote down, get excited. See, that guy was excited about his campaign. So pick something that you can grasp, that you can own, that you could get your teeth around. Like, that guy's playing for real. I mean, it's pretty excited to see that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and he said in the time it would take to design, he did that for 18 months. So that was an 18-month, like you said, 18-month campaign, sending once a month. And the time it would take him to design these, he said, I loved the graphics. He picked the Fence Sitter series. I love the graphics. I love the message. This is perfect. I'm sorry, I'm watching Jim build like blocks of
He's just doing that for Lisa.
Like
just
a
so you guys know.
spam tower.
Come on, you know you want some. Be honest.
By
Yeah,
the way,
it
Rob
is-
was so excited last week, he carried his excitement all the way through to this week's show.
Yeah, we're still talking about him. We're still talking about him. Yeah.
And good for him. I think he's going to get some listings out of that.
And he had a specific mailing list he was using. He was going after a specific audience. He needed more listings. So whomever it is you choose, target a specific subset of individuals. I know everyone would like to be everything to everybody. You cannot succeed doing that. You'd be surprised, the smaller you niche into a specific group of individuals with the right message, the higher your success is. It's actually quite remarkable.
You will see remarkable results, too.
Yes.
So choose the right mailing list. Number 2, provide a compelling offer. Perhaps a free report, like the direct response report for mortgage options with low down payments. Maybe offer a free home market analysis or a list of homes.
And
yes,
what Jim's talking about is so important, because how many postcards do we all get in the mail where it's the company, but you don't see an offer? Or it's a realtor that just sent out a postcard because his company said, we're going to send out, and you look at it, you're like, okay, I get it. You're in real estate. There's the picture. There's that, but there's nothing compelling.
Right. Either nothing compelling or there's no call to action.
Right.
Okay. What do you do now? So on our sponsor's website, ProspectsPLUS.com, we have a variety of 2-year scheduled campaigns. Right, Lisa?
Yes, and we have a brand new one. And here's what I would suggest: whether you go and set up and launch a scheduled campaign, or you do not, go there and look at the call to action campaign that just was set up. It's a 2-year campaign. That's the furthest you can take the campaign. And talk about a bunch of ideas for compelling free offers. There's a plethora of ideas. In fact, I'm going to go there right now just to show the viewers that are watching us on YouTube. I clicked on campaigns.
We're going live to the ProspectsPLUS.com website.
Yes.
I love this part.
I'm going to farm, and we have so many campaigns under farm.
That might be the spam talking.
We're going to have to send it back to Texas.
Does spam wire you? Is that like something that's a fallout from the spam? And here's the campaign. Now, these postcards are available, again, as a campaign, and you can do any length of campaign. Or you can go under products at the top navigation bar, go to postcards, and you can find the call to action series there and send out as many as you like. You can schedule one or more. Of course, we're always going to push the more, because consistency is key, right? You've got to get in front of somebody.
Well, not only that, we're seeing our people winning more because of that. We're seeing them win in a huge way.
Absolutely. It's an interesting thing in the last few months since we started offering the scheduled campaign product. I'm seeing the same names over and over again, agents. So I know what's happening. When you win at something, you do it again. So they're out there, they're testing the waters, they're dipping their toes in, and they're seeing, wow, I'm getting the response I want. They go in and they do another campaign, and they schedule another campaign. I'm seeing multiple campaigns from one agent. And
think about what you just said, because most realtors don't know out there in the country that this is doable. So they're sitting down designing one campaign. The ones that, and the reason there's the frenzy is because they realize, just like Rob said, wow, the time it takes me to do one, I've got a year and a half covered. Well, and you know what's so cool? I know we keep talking on and on, but it's just such a cool product. There are other companies that can offer some type of automated product that may seem similar, but you have to pay up front. So with this product, the scheduled campaigns, you can set it up for 2 years. And if 3 months from now you decide, oh, okay, I've got too many listings, maybe I'll shut it off and I'll set it back up again, or maybe I'll skip a month or I'll cancel a month, you're only paying before the mailing goes out. So when you set it up and you schedule it, whenever that first mailing goes out, you pay for that first mailing. That's it.
That's a good problem to have. I have too many listings.
Right.
Wow.
Well, I want to piggyback on that too in this subject. So I was talking to a gentleman a few weeks ago, and he said, you know, I'm a little disappointed. I sent out 1,000 postcards, and I didn't get any phone calls. And I said, over what time span did you mail those? He said, all at once. And I was like, I go,
Okay.
you know, I said, we would have preferred you just find 100 people on that list and do 100 of those people contacted monthly for 10 months for the same amount of money. You would have saved money on that day that you placed the order, and you would have gotten a lot better results by doing a drip campaign to fewer people for the same budget.
Yep. Laser focus.
Right. So just to show a couple examples here, get on the screen, whether you go to products and postcards and find the call to action series, or go to campaigns and actually set up a campaign. There's some really cool, compelling offers here that you can use if you decide maybe on the back of your postcard to add a free offer. let's say you're sending out a sold card, and you on the back of it you want to put a free offer. Or if you're doing a fence sitter campaign, and on the back of the card you want to put a free offer. So we've got free buy first versus sell first evaluation. So that's something you could offer. People, when you're selling a home and you're buying, that's very confusing. What do I do first?
And it's stressful, right?
Yep, you're offering that
Yep.
consultation. Free curb appeal evaluation. So the agent is offering this. I'll come in and I'll take a look at the front of your house and see what I can do to help you with
Well,
that.
ma'am, your house is pretty ugly.
You get a 0.
Sell the furniture and just don't stage it, just sell it vacant.
Free
As it is.
downsizing, free downsizing review and strategy. Free home equity analysis.
So as we're looking at these, Lisa, we could actually be discussing topic number 3, which is the direct mail piece design,
Yes,
because
we
the
could.
fine folk at ProspectsPLUS.com have incorporated all of these, such as choosing a font that's easy to read, like a sans serif font Arial,
Yes.
and ensuring the headline is bold and compelling, yet short and specific.
Yes. this is
Lots
a
of
good
white
example.
space to make the piece appear to be digestible, unlike the spam that we've been eating.
It's still sitting there.
Not for long.
Subheadings that help you guide the reader through the text. High resolution photographs. No text over photos. The offer stands out, and your contact information is easy to find.
Yeah,
They
look-
thought of everything here.
Look at the postcard I have in front of me. I mean, it just ticks every one of those boxes off. Super easy to read and know what to do next.
I was going to say, it's so cool that we've already done this for the agents who will take advantage of it, because I remember with Tony Robbins, and he interviewed Jay Abraham, and Jay Abraham's one of the best direct marketers in the country. And Jay Abraham said, when you get a piece of mail, he said the old 3-second rule. So get it and turn it over. Do I know who the person is, what they do, and a contact number? Right? Because too many people design their own, want to make it so busy. I have to cram everything in there. We've done all the homework, so all the best practices are already in place.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number
And if-
4, Cowboy, you already mentioned this. Send it out and keep sending. Don't send one and expect a miracle.
Do not be the one and
Consistency.
done. Don't be the one and done direct mail marketer. Consistency, there's a saying, consistency is much more important than perfection. So as long as people see your name, your face, the fact that you're in real estate, that's the most important thing you can do on a
Well,
consistent basis.
You know what a super wonderful example of that is? I like to look at what the big boys do when I'm trying to figure out certain, like I always say, defer to the professionals, right? If consistency were not key, why is Coca-Cola still advertising? Why do they still stay in front of their audience? Why are they still doing commercials on TV? Why do they bother? Why?
Because
Everybody knows who they are.
Yeah, they want to keep their market share.
Yes.
And they know there's people coming up, and they want to, just like, look, Monster Energy drink. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? We saw a bunch of companies, right, when we were out in Vegas trying to come up, the energy drinks. And the Monster just kept pouring money in. Now you see them at motocross. They sponsor everything. Those other little energy drinks went to the wayside.
So if you don't believe in marketing as an agent or
Right.
consistent marketing, I would like to debate you on Coca-Cola. If you can explain to me why they're doing what they're doing and that it's not necessary for you, let's do it, man.
Well, and
Sounds like a challenge to me.
there's really only one reason why an agent would not do this, and it's and 99% of agents don't like doing it, but if you're a cold calling machine with a headset and turning and burning, a lot of them don't do marketing, right? Some of the trainers teach that out there. But if you could combine everything, that's where the agents get great. So you're great on the phone, you have campaigns and systems in place, so you're doing what you do best, right? Prospect on appointments, and now you've got this campaign working over here, right? The fence sitter campaign, you got the market dominator, you might high income renters. I mean, it's very cool. Now the realtor can go do what they do best.
Right, become the Blue Man Group. The Blue Man Group started out, they were one group in one place, in
Nice.
one city. You had to go to New York City or go to Vegas and see them. They got smart as a company and said, these people are blue. Nobody knows who they are. Let's duplicate this
There's some
in
free
all
hacks.
the major cities across the country. You on the phone, that's just you doing all of the work. And that's great. That's great if you're on the phone. Hey, more power to you, man. I think that's awesome. But that, there's so many hours in a day, there's only one you. You sending out campaigns, you have just become the Blue Man Group. You have just duplicated yourself. Now you are in front of, if it's 1,000 people you're sending to every month, you're in front of 1,000 people. How could you possibly do that through phone calling, through other means where it's just you?
Right.
That's what marketing does for you. It turns you into many of you.
That's a good analogy.
And to piggyback
Very
on
nice.
consistency, I know you guys have talked about this on the podcast before, but the 3-7-27 law of branding. So those 27 contacts before subconsciously you've branded yourself with somebody is exactly why Coca-Cola keeps doing it, and the Blue Man Group keeps doing it. I think I swallowed a Shetland pony. My voice got a little hoarse.
Or a chunk of spam.
Yeah, I was choking up the spam.
Spam's coming
Maybe it
up.
got caught.
Do we have a bag in here?
But the 27, I mean, it takes a while to do that. We've got one member. I loved her strategy. She shared with me. She's doing the Get More Listings campaign, and she also is scheduling a recipe series campaign to the same list. And she did it to where the start date on the second campaign was 2 weeks later. She's doing it so they're getting hit every 2 weeks. One of them is a Get More Listings postcard every 30 days, and then 2 weeks later, it's a new recipe card every 30 days. So she wants to add something of value,
Nice.
and so that every message isn't more like, hey, are you thinking about listings? So I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah,
It was-
very clever.
yeah.
Very clever. Agents are so clever.
By the way, Robert, if you're keeping track, I gave Lisa a compliment there a couple
Right.
minutes ago. So
He's not going to believe it unless he's watching the show. Yes.
Who's Robert?
rewind this if you need to so you can see
He's
that.
one of the only 3 realtors that watch our show.
Oh.
And we'll tell you
Hey,
about
Robert.
it.
It's a long story there, but
Robert, you saw me throw a pen at him last week, right?
Right. She's retaliating now.
That's one chalk mark for my side.
oh yeah.
He's going to call me tonight and go,
Bad
oh,
mark
God,
for
I
you.
saw you guys show again. I didn't think you'd bust out the spam.
All right, so number five here, so we can
Yeah. So
wrap this up. The
Get home
spam is
before
starting
9.
to sit like cement in your stomach. Number 5 is track your results. So, Lisa, can you elaborate, please?
Absolutely. We talk about this often on the show, and I always say this is an area that's a pet peeve for me. If you are spending money on marketing, take the time to find out what's working and what's not working. Like I talked about, we've got agents that started doing scheduled campaigns 3-4 months ago, and now I'm seeing them the same names over and over again. That's because they are asking people when they're getting the phone calls, where'd you hear about me? And that's the easiest thing to do, really. It takes 2 seconds. And boy, it impresses me when someone asks me that. If I call someone, maybe I found them on the internet and I'm looking
Right.
for a plumber or whatever. How'd you find out about me? That's just another level of professionalism when people do that. So don't worry about asking someone when you get that phone call. Taking 2 seconds to make this part of your practice. Hey, thank you for calling me. How'd you find out about me? Now you have tracked. That is one form of tracking right there. If you
Right.
do nothing else, and there are many
source
ways.
your leads and source your listings.
Right,
Yes.
right. And once you are aware of what's working and what is not working, you start to just funnel your resources into those things that are working. And again, that's what we're seeing the agents doing with scheduled campaigns.
I'll share one more form of tracking. I talked to Arthur. He's actually a Market
Right.
Dominator member. He's in Illinois, and he told me the other day that he actually goes out and walks the carrier route, and he's still knocking on the
I
doors.
love that.
So talk about tracking, right? He's introduced himself. Hey, by the way, did you get my marketing piece I sent out? So that guy's a hardworking guy. He had a lot of good personality. I can tell he's
I bet you
very
he
successful.
has that piece right in his hand.
Yeah, I mean,
As a
he goes, I
reminder.
walked my carrier route, I knocked on the doors, and I'm friendly, I introduced myself and asked if they got my marketing piece. So that's a great way of tracking.
Oh, nice.
Right. Well, and the cool thing about the Dominator is there's a couple ways to track from there. There's a free report that is on the front of the Market Dominator, that mega-sized newsletter that Todd is involved with. And there's a message, or like, it's 2 words hyphenated that you can text to a phone number and get that report for free from an agent. So that's tracking right there,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You know if it's working because you're getting that incoming text saying, I want this report. Then on the back, there's also a pinpoint analysis. There's 2 ways on that Dominator.
Exactly. And Lisa brought up the Market Dominator. If that's of interest, that is our VIP program for our Prospects Plus members. So just go to products on the top of our website, and the very last item will be Market Dominator, and there's a little video there so you can qualify yourself. Hey, is it for me or not for me? Boom, right there.
Nice. All right. Speed round.
Speed round, here we go.
All right, between the 3 of us,
Okay.
let's name 7 reasons to schedule your direct mail campaign. Todd, you're up.
You'll never miss a deadline.
What gets scheduled gets done.
Less marketing systems to babysit.
less stress.
Wait, we said the three of us.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Rob,
fine.
here we go. Lisa's trying to chime in again.
You see, I'm trying to give her a break, and she just can't be quiet.
She brings it on herself.
Okay. Whoops.
Point number next. Less tax.
Where were we?
Less tasks.
Yes.
On your to-do
All right,
list.
he's out.
That's
I'm
tough to
in.
put together
I'm
right
in.
there.
He's
But
out.
here's a nice thing about that.
Wait, we skipped one.
Right. No, we're floating around, speed round.
Okay.
But here's what's great. Once you start checking off stuff on your to-do list, you feel better. It's like when you get up and knock something out, you feel better that day, so your confidence leads you to more momentum, really.
Okay, good. Next.
I got one.
Please go. This is the speed round. Let's go.
Schedule it because you can save money with standard class postage. If you send out 150 cards, for example, at standard class postage is $25.50 less than first class postage. That adds up over the year.
All right.
You're cut off.
Right.
Somebody take the buttons from him.
Take the buttons.
Get the buttons away
It's
from
the
him.
spam. It's going to my
Sorry,
head.
guys, the show's gone haywire. Part of it's just entertainment. Yep.
All right. Did we do all 7 there?
No. The
we miss?
last one's important.
All right.
Less past clients forgetting about you because they're getting scheduled mailings from you throughout the year. Here's what I want to say about that. In the last 45 days, we've had 4 people, Lisa, 4 people that did the Market Dominator, our VIP program, for 2 years, fulfilled, right? And it's up to them if they want to continue or not. We don't hound them. We don't beat them up. 4 people have called back and said, I got a lot of business. I didn't think I needed that expense anymore. Can I get my route back? So what does that tell you? I mean, think about that. It's this point right here. If you keep showing up Ritz-Carlton quality, month after month after month, watch mind share equals market share, right? You talked about Coca-Cola earlier, right? Think about this one.
Coca-Cola didn't give up their route.
Correct.
Coca-Cola stayed.
They didn't give it up.
He's eating the spam again. Oh, no.
Oh, God. We got to hurry because we're going to have to get in some enzymes from the...
No.
Mike, why don't you tell us about scheduled campaigns and how great they are?
Okay there, Jimmy. Hey, they are 100% risk-free. You don't have to pay anything up front. In fact, you don't pay for anything until the day that each postcard is mailed, printed and mailed, and you can cancel them at any time. So we give you 100% flexibility to be in control of your marketing without any contracts, any risk at all.
Nice.
They are confirmed by the, we send out the confirmation email. So we send everybody a reminder so you won't forget about it. We'll say, hey, tomorrow we're going to send these out if you want to add or delete from your mailing list or make a change to the back of your postcard or flat out delete your campaign. Do it tonight before midnight. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and fulfill our promise to you and send these out tomorrow. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. And Mike, you do something incredible that, I mean, I can't imagine many companies are
Thank
doing
you.
that. Your daily training, your free daily training.
Oh, yeah. Share with them about this because a lot of our listeners don't know about it.
Oh, that's right. So every Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern, I do a Zoom webinar for 30 minutes, sometimes less, but I try to chock it full of information to where I give away a free business plan. I give away the marketing planner for 2021, and I teach the principles of our business-based system, which actually guarantee any agent that implements those 3 extra closings in 12 months with their sphere of influence.
Nice.
And if they happen to also be a SOI scheduled campaign member, we will put our money where our mouth is and say, if you don't get those 3 extra closings within 12 months of scheduling a sphere of influence campaign, we will refund the money they spent on their postcard. So I don't know any other company that will do that. We do it. We do that training. It's a 30-minute session every day via Zoom. You can register. My email, if anybody's curious about more information, is cowboy@prospectsplus.com. That's cowboy@prospectsplus.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he hijacking the show now?
What's the wink for? That was a little creepy, actually.
That's a little creepy.
I think he was winking at Todd, actually.
It's the spam.
Okay, that I can understand, actually.
We only have 6 viewers out there,
Okay,
so I
I'm
don't know who
going
you're...
to show you on the screen real quick where you go. So on the home page, if you scroll down, you'll see there's a live training. There is the banner for it right there. Click on that daily live
Nice.
training. You can actually watch the video, get started, and register for that.
I do
that
give
live
away a
training.
free promo code at the end also.
Ooh, that's worth it. Hey, before we go, I want to do something really fun, okay? So what we're going to do... This
Really?
is
We're going to do something fun on the show?
Yeah, something fun. Finally, we've been waiting for this for 80-something episodes.
Right.
I know, it's hard to believe after the spam situation there could be more fun to be had on this show.
Well, yeah, we're not actually done with it, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Actually, the other fun thing I'm going to do is throw that out after the show, but for right now...
She got to wrestle it away from us.
Oh, really? This is my hurricane supply. If it lasts that long, probably won't.
You're set for the season. I am going to have you time me how long it takes me to schedule an 18-month call to action campaign.
Oh.
Okay? So I'm on the campaign page.
Wait.
Ready? We're ready
I
to do
gotta
this.
We're
do this
gonna
official
time
here.
me.
We'll put on a timer.
Yep.
Tell us.
So you tell me when it starts, and I'm going. We're going to see how fast we can schedule.
right,
18
here's our
months.
timer.
Oh, this is the first time this has happened. Okay.
All right.
And
There it is.
go.
Okay, all right, I'm doing call to action.
I got the under.
And-
Over under's 3 minutes. I got the under.
I'm adding my list.
It's Lisa. I'll take the over.
And it's 18 months. I'm going to go ahead
It's
and
Lisa. I'm going to throw a chunk of spam at her and see if that affects
I'm
the...
grabbing the back of my postcard. Nothing needs to be changed. It looks beautiful. The back is all pre-populated from my profile. And I'm looking at my proofs. Here's all my fronts. There's my back. I'm clicking. This is my final proof. I'm checking out.
Look
I am
at
on the
this.
checkout page.
What's the time?
Oh, is
I'm
that it?
done.
37
37
seconds.
seconds.
Wow.
7
To schedule
seconds.
an 18-month campaign.
37
That is pretty exciting.
And I set it to go out monthly.
And monthly.
That's incredible. And I've got some news to share that I didn't know before this show. Thanks for bringing this in. Spam does not actually expire. It actually says on the bottom, best if used by, so that they're just saying it's better if you use it by, you can still use it. Best if used by February of 2024. So that's just best. It means it's still good 3 or 4 or 10 years
Maybe,
later.
are you sure it
perfect.
doesn't say best when used after? Like it's like wine?
No.
Did I mention it's gluten-free? I mean, that's a great...
Yep.
Yes, you keep mentioning that.
So we got to go. Jim's going to go back
Yep.
and make some spam
That'd be great, Dan.
burritos for the family tonight.
That sounds like a winner there. All right. Well, if we survive the spam apocalypse, we'll be back next week with more great stuff. But thank you for joining us
Thanks,
to
guys.
learn how there's no spam filter in your mailbox, which is why you should do direct mail.
Thank you, guys.
I
Stay
thought you were going
strong.
to say that's why you should eat spam.
Oh.
Well,
All roads lead to
obviously,
spam.
they'll need to watch us to know why they should eat spam. It's the tasty treat.
Don't
It's
eat spam.
By the way, it's spiced ham. Did you know that? Somebody actually told me they thought it was like hamburger meat or
Wait,
something
is
in
that
there.
how they got the name, spiced ham?
Spam.
She learned something.
Nothing gets over across her, does
You
it?
sure it's not spoiled ham? Like
Spoiled-
spam?
It lasts forever, Lisa. Come on. Have some compassion here.